The NBA has been a place for generations to come and go. There are a number of young basketball stars that come from NBA fathers, and a few NBA stars that come from past players in the league. Here, we'll be discussing just a few of the greatest sons of NBA players, both past and present. The first son we have to talk about is Bronny James, the child of none other than LeBron James. Bronny has massive expectations in front of him. 2024 is currently the earliest time that he can make it into the NBA, given that he turns 19 around that time, and will be meeting the criteria to get his name into the draft. Though there'll be a bit of a rush considering that LeBron himself has openly stated that he wants to stick around and play until his son is out there. Regardless, Bronny has been showcased everything you want out of a young player. He's got impressive court vision and on top of that, good defensive instincts. He also has ridiculous athleticism that clearly comes from his father with the way that he's already doing flashy dunks just like LeBron. Not to mention that his build and frame appear to fit perfectly into that shooting guard, wing player type of role that so many teams look for nowadays. Bronny will be a truly special talent for years to come as long as he doesn't allow the early fame to get into his head and stop him from improving. It feels only right that we talk about Sharif ONeal as well, son of Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq is one of the most dominant centers in the game we have ever seen. Any highlight reel that you look up, including Shaq, will show him rejecting people into the stands, throwing down monster dunks, breaking the backboard, things like that. His son opted to go down the same basketball path, though he doesn't play the same style. Sharif has height for sure, though he's more wiry than physically dominant like Shaq was in his prime. That's not a big thing though, as Sharif simply has a more diverse skill set that's molded by the way the game is played in today's society. The only reason you haven't heard about him so much lately is he had to undergo life-changing heart surgery after being born with an anomalous coronary artery. They caught the defect as he was preparing to head to basketball for the UCLA Bruins. He appeared in games since, but hasn't been able to be as explosive. Can't really blame him after getting the heart surgery. If and when he eventually finds his footing on the floor and feels comfortable, Sharif has potential to be included in the next great wave of centers. Sharif is currently playing in the G League and hopes to make the NBA really soon. Now if you're thinking about more alongside the NBA sons in general across history, then Steph Curry has to be at the top of the list. Bronny and Sharif are among the greatest sons of all this upcoming generation of basketball, but Steph is the son of an NBA player himself. He's just a different generation. Curry is the greatest shooter to ever grace the NBA hardwood. He's a multi-time NBA champion with an MVP award and NBA Finals MVP award. However, he learned a lot from his father, Del Curry. Del Curry was a solid player in the league, but not anywhere near the level of dominant that Steph has been over the course of his illustrious career. Teaching your son up to be one of the greatest shooters of all time, and arguably the most feared offensive weapon in the league, has to be a wonderful accomplishment for him. We could also mention Domantas Sabonis, the Sacramento Kings forward of the son of the Lithuanian legend Arvydas Sabonis. Arvydas was phenomenal during his NBA days with the Portland Trail Blazers. He was able to average 12 points per game throughout his career, but it was everything else that took him over the top. He never had a season where he averaged under 1 block per game. He was consistently averaging 8 rebounds a night, and he was passing at a high level also, which was unheard of at the time for a man of his size. Domantas is clearly taking after his dad, averaging a double-double in consecutive seasons now, and putting together an excellent run with the Kings. He's averaging 19.2 points per game, 12.5 rebounds, and 17.2 assists. Clearly putting together all the skills that his father was able to put together, but doing so at a higher level statistically speaking. Domantas doesn't have many accolades under his belt at the moment, but those will come in due time if he keeps performing like he is right now. Then finally we're talking about Bol Bol. He might not be the best basketball player to ever play after coming from an NBA father, but he deserves a mention. Bol didn't get much of an opportunity to shine his first year or two in the league, thanks to Denver Nuggets never placing him into the rotation. He has flashed all the tools that you want to see out of a lengthy center of his stature, a guy that can shoot the 3-ball with ease, put the ball on the court and dribble around people, make the right pass, and defend the rim. Now with the Orlando Magic, Bol's given more of a solid role to show what he can do. Since then, he's averaged 9 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1 assist a night. He's shooting 56.6% from the field just to top it off. If he keeps on improving with a large role in Orlando, then he could genuinely be dominant. That's exactly what his father was anyways, Manute Bol. Manute was one of the tallest players to ever play in the league, and that height is clearly transferred over to his son. I'm still surprised to see the similarities between Bol Bol and Manute. So those were the greatest sons of NBA players. Obviously that wasn't the full list, but I wanted to mention some of the ones that I thought really stood out to me. But if there's anything that you want to mention, definitely let them in the comments. I will probably have to do a part 2 of this series some in the future. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.